Marlon Jose Fernandez shirt, people were hugging me. The other policy, we're going to take it. Where do you stand?
So I think that this take it nonsense. I hope we're learning. We're taking notes. I don't think we necessarily are, but I think we should be taking notes because we saw. You know, you think that under normal circumstances, this is what pisses me off about Ashley Moody, is that like she's just simply unqualified for the job. If she was qualified, she would have understood that Russia didn't just get its way with regards to Ukraine. That you know, a couple-day war turned into a quagmire. That we're in the 5th year of war. We're now you know, this administration has gone into a bunch of different has attacked a bunch of different countries. They had a very successful operation against Nicolas Maduro, but fundamentally nothing changed there. It's still a Chavez-Maduro regime, just you know, with a different figurehead. And then we went into Iran, thinking that this was going to be a very, very quick regime change, that we would be able to impose our will, put our kind of yes men in there. That didn't quite work out the way we intended. So the lesson is, great powers, they might have all these different features of greatness. They might have big militaries, they have bigger economies, but they can't simply impose their will whenever they want. The US tried to do this in Vietnam, it didn't work out too well. We tried to do it over the course of 2 decades in Afghanistan, it didn't work too well. We should have learned that lesson. If we had qualified people there and we had qualified senators asking the tough questions, we'd realize that's not the case. So this idea of going into Cuba at this point today should seem absolutely foolish. Because yes, there's a big mismatch between the US and Cuba, but the Cuban regime has been in power since 1959. They have the monopoly on force. It is a big island, and there's simply no guarantee that we could just do what we want. So I'm completely against the idea that we go in there with any force. I think that, you know, there are 2 almost radically different views on what we should do. There's, you know, still maybe a little bit of that legacy of President Obama's school, the overtures that you referenced about engagement, figure out if that's a path to transformation. And then there's the you know, Marco Rubio school that says that we just need to go in and crush them. I don't think that either of these have been entirely effective. Certainly this administration has no means to really achieve anything structural that recognizes the aspirations of the Cuban people, the Cuban Americans. So we definitely need a different path.